Good morning, guys. I was wondering if you guys could craft with me today. I have had some things just piled up on my desk that I just kind of keep putting off, but I'm going to need them for my next book, which, believe it or not, I am trying to get all that together too. And I have another video after this one set up, and then I'm going to start the book. Okay, so I just thought we would try to collage on some things that are not something I've collaged on before. And one of those is this paper bag. Now, I don't know what a collaging on the paper bag will look like, but I thought we would try it. Now, this is actually cut out for something else. Oh, my word, Paula. I'm just not crazy about this bag in my books, so I decided that we could just do something with it. The first thing I was thinking we could do is just slap some old text or some old music paper or whatever on it. How about some dictionary paper? We'll do that first and go from there. Now, I don't know if we're doing the back. I think it might be too thick to do the back. So I want to take and put inside. I don't think it'll be a problem, but just in case, I want to put this little plastic bag inside this bag. I mean, eventually this will get saturated, I would think. Maybe not with the glue stick, but just to be on the safe side after all the work we do, let's put this down inside. Now, I don't want it to be all yucky, and it's obviously not going all the way down, but we'll see. Okay, so we're going to see if we can do this and see what happens. Okay, I hope you guys have been having a good day. I've been very busy, and it just, seems like when I'm busy, like yesterday, I did not get a video done, and some days you just can't get it together. I was doing some organizing of some of the stuff that's just been piling on my desk. Plus, I was putting together a promo for the next video, so we know what we're doing whenever it comes time. I want to see if that's going to be straight before oh, it's close enough. I'm going to try not to use real heavy paper on this. So, other words, older text paper. Sadie, come here. Sadie has joined me this morning. That can be good or it can be bad. She wants up here with Mama, but Mama's busy right now. Okay, let me see. I'm still digging for some older text. Oh, that's not all that old. How about some old music sheet? This looks pretty old and dilapidated, doesn't it? I think it's already been pulled in half. I think it has. Oh, it looks like this one had been stitched on up once upon a time. I want to welcome all the new subbies that I've got this week. And I don't have all my paperwork in front of me, so I can't really say anybody's names. But I will in the next video. I'll try to get all that together. But I appreciate you guys joining us. Okay, so how about we tear a little bit of this white off. I don't really like that on there. And somebody wants to make some noise, of course. But you know what? We're going to deal with it until it gets loud. And then we always can go into our crate. Okay. She is so smart that she can figure out that I'm not, I don't have my attention on her. Do you know what I'm saying? She's a smarty pants. I'm going to leave that little bit of lace sticking out right there at the bottom. Just, you know, even though we know it's not real. No one else does, right? Here's some old paper, and I mean, it doesn't have a problem at all tearing. It's an oldie. Okay. Well, might as well go ahead and put this other up where it shows the other lace. I want to put this bag, I say I want to put it in there, but I don't really know what I'm going to put in my book. I have no plans as far as embellishments and stuff like that. I do know it's going to be botanical, and that's as far as I've gotten. We've been talking about it forever, and yes, I have been pulling out papers, and I have been getting it ready to do, you know, I've got the lining on the fabric and all of that, so that part is done. Okay, let's see what else we've got that's super thin in my little stash. I need to go through here and trying to think what colors I'm going to use in my book. I know it's black and brown. Oh, I know what I can use, you guys. I can use some of my, I printed off Tracy Fox's collaging paper. So maybe we can do that. Let's see. I do like this isn't it funny how Tracy always knows what we need? And I mean, she comes up with this cool collage paper, and it's just like she's known the whole time what to do. Okay, I'll put that right there on the side. I like that the leaf kind of hanging down. Whoops, of course. Brand new tube, and it still wants to fall. Don't think there's much hope for it not falling. Yeah, I like that, Tracy. Cute, cute. Yeah, I've got to get my book done. It's my design team project, and I've just been covered up with everything else I've been doing. Oh, that looks cute, doesn't it? Now, this is not going to have any color to it. It's going to be all these browns and so forth. I think we can do this one too. I'm going to go around this floral. I'm tearing around it anyway. I'm sorry if you can't see what I'm doing. Get a little closer. I'll have to tear some more when I get a little closer. Okay. Let's see. This is the bottom. This over here is what I was trying to tear out. I need to add probably some black. I know I've got some black in here. Do I want to add this down here where my lace was, or do I want to fill in some of this? I really think I want to fill in some of this. But behind it is a little section that wants to show. So we're going to cover it up. I thought for sure that was going to go flying off the table. It acted like it. So yesterday I was doing some ironing, getting my book ready for, you know, to put the, I'll get it spit out here in a minute. I was ironing the fabrics and putting the fusible stuff to add the lining to the fabric. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. And my smoke alarms started going off, which I thought was really weird. So every one of them in the house was going off. Sadie was going crazy. She didn't know what the heck was going on. I checked everything to make sure it wasn't an actual fire. But I had a feeling it was that's how sensitive my smoke alarms are. We were fixing something in the oven, cookies or something with the kids. I don't even remember what the situation was, but anyway, and they started going off. This has only been a couple weeks ago. So, I don't know. They're just super sensitive, I guess, but it's really hard when there's just me here to get I can't get up to turn the button off. But, this has fell over like 5 times already. 5 times. I'm going to start getting me a little cup or something to put it in because it's annoying. Okay, so we have this little bit up here and down here. I'm going to get some of that black paper. It's always in here when I look. It's like one of the first things I see. So hopefully it will be this time. There it is. Okay, where do we want it? How about we run it across the bottom? But I want it to be straight across the bottom, right here. So I'm going to do it like that. We'll just put some glue right there. Looks like it's been used for multi-purposes here. Going to have a little bit of glue on here. Hopefully it will be enough. Trying to get it up on the lace straight. That way it's not so obvious. Well, I did pretty good at putting the glue on there. I figured since the back had wood grain, we wouldn't have to necessarily do the back, you know. We could do without doing it, I guess is what I'm saying. Okay. Put these little pieces in the trash. There's no use having them in the way, right? Okay, now the only thing we're lacking is right here. And I think I'm going to use just some regular tea stained paper, but that's not dark enough. Let me get some darker. There we go. La la la. So I'm just going to put some along the edge, just like we did here on the bottom. And that way, I do want to tear the end of it so it's not so straight on the other portion. I'm sorry if my head's in the picture. I am, have not even combed it, so it's wild. I'm trying to see if this is, no, it's not sticking. I need to pull that up a little bit. It's making a crease right there. So I think we're going to be good as far as the bag. I'm going to take it out so we don't have to deal with it. Alrighty. Now, trimming across the top of the bag should be interesting, right? Let's open this up and maybe fold this back a little bit without tearing it. Maybe I can do that. I remember when I got these bags when I first started journaling, making journals, I mean, and I remember thinking, these are the coolest bags. I'm going to have the coolest bags. Well, I don't think they're so cool. And they really need extra strength for, you know, how lightweight they are. So, let's see if this side is down. No, it needs a little bit of glue too. I don't know about you guys, but now I think we need something that's colorful on there. Like maybe a, I don't know. I love putting birds on here. You know how I am. I cut out this floral the other day, and it's so thin that it separated. But I thought, you know, it can be used. It's just really not, it just doesn't, I don't know, I just wasn't like crazy in love with it. Let me lay it down like it would go. Yeah, see, that probably will end up somewhere. Let's try fussy cutting this. If we're not lucky at that, then we will, I'm not going to put those little light ones in here. I'm going to tell you right now, though, I'm burning up. So I'm going to turn my little fan on. I hope it doesn't disturb you. I've been trying to get off of a particular medication, and it's messing with me. It's making my body temperature go up and down. But anyway, so I go from being crazy cold to burning up, and I can feel it just like moving through my body. Okay, kind of reminds me of the old days when, you know, when we'd have the hot flashes back and forth, you know. It's too much like that. It's almost like a nightmare. Now, I have some prettier florals if we start cutting this and we don't like it. So I've been having trouble with my thumbs, and I know right now my right thumb hasn't been bothering me the last few days, but my left thumb has. And it's in the same area where I had both my thumb surgeries. And it's not something you can have fixed. I'm sure it's just inflammation from, you know, I've been doing a lot of scissor, or a lot of stitching, and I'm making myself, I'm sorry guys, she thinks she hears someone in the other room. Sadie, no. Let me put her away, I'm sorry. Sadie, no. So I paused the video to fussy cut this out because I didn't want to bore you to death. And so we're back to, I hope that connects okay and doesn't cause a flaw in the video, but I needed to fussy cut it off camera. And at the same time, my dog ran and jumped on the door, and my husband come walking into my video. So was aggravated at both of them. They both got a finger. Like, no, no, no. My husband was like, I just brought you this great smoothie for breakfast. I'm like, oh, whatever. I appreciate it. So anyway, so I got it fussy cut out. And I inked the little edges that looked like they were kind of white. And this is what we've got so far here. So I think we can go ahead and add this flower on. That one, the stem was so thin on it, it just ended up falling off. So we're going to just kind of tuck it behind where it was. I know where it goes. It's just, you know how that is. Okay, try not to rip anything off here when I'm putting glue on, because that's not that hard to do, right? Okay, so I was telling you earlier about the smoke alarms going off, and I got distracted, which is not hard for me. Okay, and so let me see if I got that over too far. I think I do. Let's do it right here. I don't know. It's leaning odd, and that's what makes it look like it's not in the right spot. Okay, so anyway, we're just going to plop it down here and hope it's where it needs to go. Anyway, so I was pulling a bar stool over to prop the door open so I could pull the garage door open to kind of have the air circulate in the house to kind of get rid of the smoke that the smoke alarms thought was there. And I know I'm chopping this story up so bad. Excuse me. My morning has been changed with my husband coming in. Kind of lost my train of thought. But anyway, so I have this 8x10 picture of my daughter and I that sits on this table on your way to the back door. And when I opened that door to put the bar stool there, that picture whipped up in the air and came in front of me, and I grabbed it. Don't ask me. I actually had some decent reflexes, I guess. But I caught it. It was by a miracle that I didn't end up cleaning up glass. Oh my gosh. Anyway, that was what that story was about. But it finally, just in a matter of 2 or 3 minutes, the smoke alarms were fine, and I got to continue on with my project. Okay, so Tracy has some of these cool drawn boxes on here. And we all know what that's for, don't we? I'm going to just cut this one out. And it's going to be our label. I just love the way she did it, though. You know, you wouldn't even have to... You could just lay this whole thing down on your project if you wanted to, and no one wouldn't know the difference on whether you collaged it or it was already like that. But we're going to cut it out because I want a little bit of texture on these projects that I'm working on. I am not going to ink this. I might ink around the outside, but that would be as far as it goes. Okay. I think I'm going to put that right there because that's the direction the text is going. Now, this project was really simple. I mean, what did it take us? 10 minutes, maybe? Oh, no, don't tear it. Don't tear it. Don't tear it. It wanted to tear it. I'll have to go back and pull that off there. It's all right. Okay. Now, it's pretty bad when you're blind and you have to go back and look to make sure it's going to be straight. I like the way this looks, guys. How about you? Do you think there's anything else we need? Maybe a stamp or two? Let me grab my stamps. They're right here. I always try to keep them close by in case I need them. We're just going to lay it on there and see what it looks like. I don't want this to really look lined up, but it kind of does, doesn't it? So maybe we'll put a stamp right here. I'm just kind of going with color scheme. That will throw that balance off a little bit. Let's go up here in this other corner. Let's see if we've got a green one. Something with, oh, here's one with a flower on it. What's the odds of that? And a bumblebee. I don't know. I don't think we need it up there now that we've got that over there. What do you think? Yeah, I think sometimes it less is best. You know the old saying? Less is best, but I'm not finished trying yet. Let's see what we've got here. I do like this green one because it goes with this really nicely. Yep, that's how it's going right there, guys. You got to see the magic. Oh, that's so funny. You got to see the magic. This is a 6-cent stamp. And it looks like it's in German. So I tell you what it says, but I can't read it. I don't speak German. And this one is a 12-cent stamp in another language. It looks like it might be French or like I know. You know, like I'm this proper English person here. We all know that that's not true. I'm the country girl. I'm the Okie from Muskogee. Okay, so I had that turned backwards. So this is even better to turn it this way. Yeah, I like that, guys. What do you think? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of ink around the outside. I just re-inked my my ink pad. So hopefully I can do this light enough that it won't look black. See, I just like the little bit of brown around the edge. Because whatever I put it on, you know, it may need to be dark enough. Now, if we decide we want to do this as you know, like a, what do I want to call it? Give me a minute. I know exactly what I'm thinking. We can hinge it into the book, or we can do it like a tippin', or we can do it, you know, glue it down and where you have the back as a pocket. There's all kinds of things we can do with it. Let me put a little tiny bit of glue right here where I lifted this bag up. I don't know why I did that, but it just came right up. I can't stand it when those aren't glued down. I always glue mine down. I know, I'm crazy. All right, guys, this is how it turned out. So I think it turned out pretty good. What do you think? We do think it turned out really good, Paula. Sometimes I wish you could just talk back to me. But I enjoy talking to you guys. I love doing my videos, and I love getting feedback from you guys. So when you have that opportunity and the time to leave me a comment, I love to hear from you guys. Okay, so that one is complete. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more glue under this paper that was super sticky and now is not. This is why I usually add glue before I try to make anything because they have a tendency to be, you know. Okay, now we've got a clean piece of paper. We have finished our bag, which I absolutely love. I think this is one of my favorite things. I may have a tendency to do a lot of just brown backgrounds. That looks like fun. Okay, so while I was fussy cutting, I was thinking, what can I do with this? Now, I don't want to cover all of this up because it is tea stained. Has this cool design on the back, so we're going to do a partial collage. Okay, and I want to start with this same dictionary paper because I really like it. I want it to be similar, not exact, but similar. Okay, I want it to have some of the same things in it. Let's just tear this straight down. There we go, and we'll just plop it on there. Let me make sure you guys are in video now that I've moved around. Okay. Okay. See what direction this is. I'm telling you, I almost put it on there upside down. Okay, now I want to pull this down a little bit, but over enough that it hangs off the side of the page. Now the place that I'm going to end up putting this floral, which I cleaned it up a little bit. The problem was the stem I was trying to put it on was the wrong stem. That's why it looked a little weird. Okay, so we've got that, and let's put some of this black on here. I'm not even checking to see if it's going to fit. We're just going to do it. Plop and glue is my motto. Plop and glue. Okay. Let's, if I can get this down on the line where it needs to go, it actually, it'll be all right. I'm not going to pull it up because it's not enough sticking off the side to hurt anything. So as I was telling you, my thumb is throbbing. I don't do a lot of sewing, and I'm wanting to do this. I don't do a lot anymore, I'll put it that way. There was a time I did a lot of sewing. But I want to, Rachel from Roxy Creations was working, you know, she does a variety of things. And I think we all do to a certain degree. But I love to watch her work on her friendship quilt. And that particular quilt is by Jessica Corley. And I think she's out of the UK. But anyway, or someplace. So, you know, it'd take a while to get it shipped to you and different things. But I had this quilt, a small quilted thing that would make a great wall hanging. And anyway, I took it and I've kind of cleaned it up, and I've made I'm making a, what do you call it? A friendship quilt. And that's what Jessica does. And you can go on Pinterest and see her stuff. Well, anyway, I'm going to kind of bring this up here. I'm just going to leave that little section blank right there. Although I'm looking at it thinking, oh, something's missing. But you know what? That's okay. Anyway, it is so cute. So you put, she supplies you with, she supplies you with the squares with the design on them. I think it's like a house, a heart, and a swan, and I mean there's several different ones. Rabbit. You just have to go look, but and butterfly, I think. There's several because it covers the whole wall hanging. There's that. I like that so far. What do you think? I think it needs a little something right there. Not a lot. You know, I don't want to mess it up. Anyway, so I decided I don't want to spend $60 before shipping and handling. It ended up being like $100 for me. So I decided that I would just try to make my own. It probably ended up being as much in the long run. Not really, but it was close. I don't even know what I spent, so I don't even know the answer to that. I don't know why I even am ranting and raving about it. Okay, I didn't cut this down long enough, so I'm going to just grab some of Tracy's stuff here. I like the way her design is, so let's just do like this. Now, anyway, what I was going to tell you about that was it's embroidery, so it's not like, you know, cross stitch that's simple. You have to know how to embroider all the stitches. So I just picked me up a book. Now that did cost me about $20, but I used my coupon and got half of that, almost half of that off. So that was okay. Now, there we go. I love how her paper looks. It has a different look to it. Okay, so now we're going to put this little guy on here, whether we like it or not. I think I am going to go ahead and put this on here because I want to make it look kind of like a rock. I'm really funny about stuff floating in the air. I want it to sit on something. So let's do that. We'll just make it like it's a rock. And it won't look so odd that way. Okay. This is a guest check. It's a green guest check, and I got it from Denise over at Tattered Dream. And then my daughter at Christmas bought me like 50 pink guest checks. I'm trying to use, I wanted to use the green one for this particular book, but anyway. All right, so see, we'll be able to put him right here. He wants to lean to one side, so he must belong that way. We're going to believe him. Now, this little stem down here, I must not got enough glue on it, so. Okay, now we're going to put the flower on. I kind of played with this before I came back on camera because I knew that I had cut it all. It's just, the stems are just so stinking thin. I got a piece of paper on my finger that is driving me crazy. Okay, now I don't want this to be that high. How about we take a little bit of this stem off? Hey, we'll operate on our little flower. Okay, because I don't want the flower to tower up too high. I think it goes like this. I'll have to go back and put some more glue under this flower because it is not sticking. And I'm just putting it on the paper, on the guest check collaged part. Oh, good grief. And of course, it clumps up in the corner. I told you this. I thought this flower was going to be trouble. It's trying to be trouble for me. If we get it on here, it will be a miracle. Yay! I think we did. I don't want to... It's sticky right now. Right there where I stuck the glue. So I'll have to wait till it dries down and then I'll... Every time I touch it, it comes up. It's because it's so tiny. See, it's separating. It must have been a cheaper paper or something. That's all I can figure. I didn't have any trouble with the other one. Come on. Get back down there. And then I need to just leave it alone till it dries. Okay, and then I'll go back and clean it up. All right, so there's that. And now we've got to have something down here, right? I'm thinking like a longer strip. So I saw Gail and I think it was Roxy. Roxy had made a book. I don't know what she called it. I don't remember off the top of my head. But she made a book. Let me fold this over. To put all her labels and stamps and birds and butterflies and all of that on. Well, I decided I've had this album in my on my shelf that's kind of been in the way, and I thought if it's going to be in here, I might as well use it for something. So I'm going to show you my version. It's big and bulky, but it sets to the side without any problem. Can you see that? Okay, so what I did, I'll show you here what I did. What I did was I just popped each page out. Let me just show you. I'll just open it up where you can see it better. I just opened it up and started from the front, and this side was open, so I just put some double-sided adhesive in there to close this side. And yeah, I did it on both sides. It took a few minutes, but it was well worth it. And now I can just flip through and find what I want. Rachel, I wouldn't have come up with this on my own. It was your inspiration, and that, you know, I'm just trying to use something that I have. And yeah, so that was a great idea. I just thought, you know, this took me forever, so I didn't do the rest of the pages, so I figure as I go along, I can do that. Now, I'm thinking we need, we need a label. We don't have room on this card for anything big. So let's go over here and find, I'm thinking a long, slender, like label. Okay, let me find one of those. It is a little more work to get inside here, but it's worth it. It was worth the work. And I printed off some more labels. I was getting really low. I think I'm going to see what this looks like, because it's kind of the same color. I don't know, guys. It's not jumping out at me and making me all excited. I feel like it needs something. But what is the question? I'm thinking. Let's look at a different label. Maybe that's the problem. I absolutely love these little labels. But really what I was wanting... Oh, I do like that. Okay. So I don't even have to look further. I was going to go look at some really thin rectangles that I had on in another pouch. But so when I'm done, instead of trying to put it this way to keep things from coming out, I just put it on its back. And I know it looks big and bulky, but I have a space right here it slides right into. Works out perfect for me. Okay, bring it back over here and we're going to glue this down. Okay. Yeah, I like that way this looks. Let me make sure I've got it straight. I've got it over too far. For sure. Probably could have done without the rock, huh? Okay, so now I'm going to go around the edges with a little bit of ink. You can see where I re-inked and it's not soaked in yet. And honestly, I really need after this time to replace it. You can really only refill like 3 or 4 times, and then it just gets to where it sets on the top. And it affects your inking, trust me. Okay, and I'm going to ink the back here. And I think on the back of this, I want to definitely make it a journaling area. So I'm going to put like a title. Maybe I'll just put like notes or journal or memories or something like that. I just got to see what I've got. I got to get my new typewriter set up so if I can just reach over there and type it, make life a whole lot easier. I've got to put my other typewriter on Craigslist. Very honestly, I used it one time the day I got it. It just, I have a weakness in my hands, and so I was just too weak for it. And sadly. Okay, so we have some pink here, but I don't know, that might be too bright. Let's see. What we have. Nothing on this will go. I'm looking for, you know, something that sounds journaling like. Okay. This has like all these different sayings for family. This is different, huh? It says, life is beautiful. And it does have a memories, but it's just way too small. Let's see what this has. Moments like this. Dream a little dream. Live out loud. Laugh loudly. Simple things. So this is not going to have anything either. So let me grab another sheet. I have more than one. Let's see if this dimensional one has anything left on it. It's about had it. Got this a long, long time ago when I was doing the Hip Kit Club. It's by, I was looking to see if it said who it was by on the back, but it doesn't. Sorry guys, I was going to try to let you know the title's been kind of cut off. Okay. I think I have used all the good ones on here. So I guess I have. So that's not going to happen, right? Okay, then we have, listen, I got way more. This was, I forget to use this. This has little phrases. But then it has little statements too. Let's see. Our Lifetime would be a good one if it was a married couple. Okay, so we're not going to use that. And then I got this for $1 somewhere. They're kind of three-dimensional. It's more about romance than anything. So, I'm going to... Oh, and I forgot. I got this for $1.99. I hope this isn't glaring too much. I got it in gold. Rose gold, and silver. So, let's see what it's got. Task, top priority, daily, weekly, monthly, to-do list. This could be a to-do list, couldn't it? Let's do it as, also has bucket list on here. Grateful for. That's another good one. That could go on the back. We want silver, rose gold, or I think rose gold since it's got this pink. And they all say the same thing. Note to self. Here's one that says notes. Let's do grateful for. It just jumped out at me. If I can get it to tear off of here in a nice manner. Now this is shiny. Maybe more shiny than I would have wanted, but we're going to use it because I like what it says. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't want to put that on the front. I want to put it on the back, Paula. Silly girl. I'm going to trim these edges because they're already bent up. Yes, I bent them up. I'm going to go ahead and add some glue to this too because I've been handling it just to be on the safe side. Here we go. Put this on this line right here. That way I know it's nice and straight. All right, so we have 2 items done. And I don't know. Yeah, we might have enough to do something very small. And I know just what it will be. Let me grab it. I got this little card in the mail. Or this little envelope in the mail. With a thank you from my daughter. But I kept the envelope. And I think I stuck it down here. I did. And it's just a little small envelope. But it's just the right size for us to do a little bit on. Okay. All right. So, I don't like it when the back is not glued down. So, that's the first thing I'm going to do. Is glue that part down. It's because they don't make envelopes like they used to. I'm telling you. It's wanting to glue itself in the inside. I got too much on there. I don't want it to glue down. So I'm also going to glue this flap down. Because I like to, I'm going to do it like, you know, like it was. I know what the problem is it was on the back of where I put the glue. I guess there wasn't a backing right there. All right, so we're just going to stick that right there so it doesn't glue. We'll come back to that. Okay, now we're going to go on this side. And let's see. So sticking with the same color theme. And the reason I am is because I've done a lot of bright colored things and I want to kind of tone it down a little bit for some of the embellishments. Not all of them, but I'm really liking the brown and black thing right now. So that's what today's is going to be. Okay, and I think on this one maybe we can do stamps and a butterfly. If it works out, we'll just have to see. Okay. Yep. There you go. It's not gluing at the top. Okay. There. Now let's do some, done our black. So let's grab some of this dictionary paper. Goes that direction. I'm telling you, I don't know. Some of these glue sticks are worse than the others for falling. Have you guys noticed that? I don't know if you're using the same brand as me, but it drives me nuts. Okay. I'm going to put this over here for now. I think that will work out better. I want to put some music sheet on here, and maybe some old text, and then some of Tracy's paper. Now I do have my paper that I have created. I don't have it in my Etsy shops. I've had a few people ask me to put it in there. I've been so busy I haven't had time to even consider it. I have no idea how to do it. But I guess we can figure it out, right? I don't need that. That's not what I was looking for. Here's a music sheet. And it tore really fast, so you know what that means. Let's see. I want to put some journaling in the middle. Something with lines. Let's see what we can come up with. I'm looking. But see, that's awfully, it's got blue and red lines in it. So we got to find something with better lines than that. Let's see, lines or squares or whatever. Okay, let's go with some of these instead. So let's put, I don't want to cover up the whole, I just want to leave like peaks of stuff out, you know? Like that would be kind of good right there. I've got to go get my pedicure and manicure today because got to go see get a second opinion on my feet that have been a problem. My ankles and my old crippled up feet. Happens to you. I used to have the most beautiful feet. Not anymore. One of the things I used to say about my feet was, I really like my feet, you know. They were not, okay, how do I want to do this part, though? Because the music runs the other direction. Give me a second. I think I'm going to use some of this small stuff here. Okay, let's do it over on this side. All right. And I'm not going to do a whole lot more other than maybe a label and a stamp and all of that. Because I don't want it to be, this is an envelope, and I try to do the envelopes different than on what I do mine. I want it straight. You know how that is. Let me look. Okay, let's cut that part off. Guess I could have folded that over to the other side, but I didn't think about that. All right, so we're going to get our black ink. We're going to get... We've already got squiggly lines on there, so we don't need that. But I am going to put my... This one does not have a postmark on it. It does, but it's stamped straight out, so it doesn't have the little circle. And I like the little circle with the date. And it does say Tulsa on there, which is where I live. Yay! I like the way that turned out. So I'm going to cover, well, I say I'm going to cover up this stamp because it's not old. Not old enough. Now this is definitely not a vintage stamp. Okay, let's see what we've got in here that might be different. Here's one that's brown. See, I just don't like that pop of red sticking out there, you know? And I know that that's not really the original stamp. That's cool too. It's just a little bigger than I want. I'm looking for something a little bit smaller that, you know, is not so bright, but smaller. Something in the brown tones, or I know there has to be something in here that will work. There's purple and red. Oh, here's a little. It's too small. Let's see what else I've got. Right here. That's orange. Come on, brown. Where are you? I want a brown one, but I don't want a big brown one. This is kind of fun. India. Huh. I can't read what it says on there, and I want to keep them together, and they're too big for what I want. Oh, here's a black. Let's do this. Here we go. We're going to cheat. It's all right. We can say, oh, this came from what looks like Germany. It's that same guy from earlier, only it looks a little older because it's 1 cent instead of 2. Yay! Okay, now on the, I'm trying to think, I have, let me see if I have in my little book, let me put my letters or my words up. In my little book, oh good grief, stuff's flying everywhere. Do you ever feel like you're having one of those days where you could have a lot of bloopers if you played it back? That's me today. Okay, so we either need a really small tag or no tag at all. But I'm thinking either bunnies on here or butterflies. Let's see what we've got in both. So I want to kind of stay in that darker theme. And I've got some that's just stamped in black. They're not anything fancy. But that kind of is cute, isn't it? Maybe we can use a bigger one on the back. I like just that it's black. We also have, here's another one that's kind of flying. You can't really tell that's a butterfly, in my opinion. So it's going back in the little folder. Okay, so we've got that. And we also have, I cut out, luckily they all worked in the, maybe I put them up front. I'll learn where all this stuff is after I've flipped through here a few times. Here they are. They're from one of Tracy's kits. And off the top of my head, I'm sorry guys, I didn't prepare to tell you who or what or when or which. So that's not the right brown. That's too big. Oh, how's this one? I like that one. Okay, so I like that it's light and not too bold and doesn't stand out and take over the whole project. Okay, now, do we want to put a little bunny on there? I think this is enough. Maybe we'll do a little bunny on the back of this. I've got some that are fabric, and so we'll see. All right, let's do this real quickly so we can move on to the other side. We're running out of time. I think on this one, I'm going to go ahead and do it flat. Normally, I like to pop stuff up, but for what I'm going to be using this for, it would be better to be on the flatter side. All right. This glue is crazy. Just big old chunks came off of it. Okay, that's this side. Now, if we want to do this side, I'm going to take this little piece of paper out. I'm going to have to put something in here. Where'd my little plastic bag go? It just disappeared. Well, what do you know? Let's find a piece of paper to stick in there. We'll find something. We'll make it work. We're only going to decorate this bottom portion. And I think we're going to start with this paper because I like the way it looks. Tear this off. I know we've gone an hour. We gotta hurry. Gotta hurry, Paula. We gotta hurry. Yeah, I just got this in the mail yesterday evening, and I was like, that's a cute size. I'm going to do that. I don't have any that size. Okay. Put a little bit of dictionary paper here. This thing is coming apart as we speak. I hope that's straight. It is. All of this is gluing to me. Me meaning my hands. It wants to attach itself to me. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to do some music sheet because, yeah, that's what I like to do. Let's kind of tear off some of this so we don't have so much glued up there. And I'm doing bigger pieces back here because we got to get with the program. I hope you've enjoyed this video today. And we'll come back for the next one because it's interesting. It's going to be an interesting project. I saw it on Pinterest. Wasn't my idea. But I'm changing it up. So, you know, parts of it were my idea. Okay, so I'm going to cut that straight. And then I'm lucky enough that I can see through this music sheet to trim that off right there. And then right here. Yeah. Coming right along. Okay, so now I want to get some of Tracy's paper. Some of Miss Tracy's paper. This one says gardens on it. I'm sorry if I got out of camera there for a minute. I try not to. I know once in a while I get distracted and forget what I'm doing. Because I'm having so much fun. Okay. Let's put this. I need to tear the bottom. Sorry. Come on, come on, come on. All right. Ooh, this little envelope is getting stout. When I say stout, I mean strong. It could mean a lot of other things. Strong. It is strong. Oh, crud. I'm dropping little pieces. And we know who will come after them. Okay. About to wrap it up here. I'm talking like the video's over. I wanted to put a little bit of solid stuff on here so that the recipient can do some journaling. Well, crud. Just brought up the edges, didn't it? Might have to glue those down again. I think we're done with that portion. It's a little bitty section right there, and it just looks sad. So we're going to take away the sadness. Okay. Little tornado shape. We were supposed to have storms last night, but they missed us. That's not a bad thing. My husband had to be on standby in case he had to go on storm recovery. My husband works for the power company, and he's an electrical engineer, and he designs all the electrical, and let me get that. There we go. Hopefully that looks a little better. Huh. All right. Last piece. Although, I really want to put one more strip along the bottom. Okay. So let's do a little strip of this. No, it's too straight in it. It really is not necessary, but I really want it. So let's see if I can get a piece on here that's doesn't have to be the whole length. I just feel like it needs a little something on that bottom section right there. Okay. All right. Now, I am going to grab out a little bunny. Sometimes I feel like I cut through things and I don't know it's a piece of paper hanging over. I'm like, did I just cut the envelope? You just never know. Okay, now quickly I'm going to get out my little bunny. It's in my little folder. I just got to remember where they're at. Okay, so I have them in fabric and I have just one in paper actually. So let's just do, I just want to do one bunny. I just kind of want him to be random. This is fabric. I don't know if this is going to hold it down or not. If it doesn't, I'll go back and add. I've not tried to put this glue stick on fabric yet. We'll find out, won't we? Of course, it really makes it look blue, and I know it's supposed to change color, so I'm not too worried about that. We'll see what happens. I'll let you know if it doesn't. Just so you'll know whether or not to use fabric on with your glue stick. We got a little bit of fringe hanging off here. My scissors have not been liking any kind of fabric lately. I think they're getting pretty dull. I've had them forever. I need to get them sharpened. All right, guys, let me get where's the other two? There they are. I like to lay them out so you can see exactly what we got going on here. I didn't zoom in, did I? I'm sorry, guys. When my video went off, it made it kind of difficult. Okay, so we have the two flowers and the envelope. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Give me a thumbs up and come back to the next video. It's going to be interesting and different. And if you're new subby, welcome. If you haven't subscribed, please do. See you next time. Bye.